Next game is the Jets and the Broncos. Nathaniel Hackett got his revenge. The Jets took this one 31-21. Zach Wilson, he was not a huge part of that revenge, though. 19-26, 199 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a pick. It's Zach Wilson. He's going to give you stat lines like this every week. Obviously, you want to keep him on your waiver wire. Breece Hall, monster day. His buy low window is effectively closed. 22 carries, 177 yards, and a touchdown. Just monster stuff from Breece Hall. Play him every single week. I know it's the Broncos, but still, he is a very talented runner, a super good running back. Play him every single week. Zach Wilson, 3 carries for 26 yards. Dalvin Cook, he's a drop, 6 carries for 23. And Michael Carter had a carry for 8. Tyler Conklin leading the way for all receivers. He is a sneaky, steady option at tight end, middle of the road type stuff. You could absolutely do worse, especially at tight end, than Tyler Conklin while Zach Wilson is here. Him and Wilson have a pretty good connection. 4 catches for 67 yards on 5 targets for him. Garrett Wilson having a disappointing day. 3 catches for 54 yards for him on 7 targets. He's going to be better than this, but still, this is concerning. And, when Zach Wilson is your quarterback, you can only do so much. Alan Lazard, 3 catches for 33 yards for him. Breece Hall also adding 3 catches for 17 yards. Michael Carter doing some damage to the air. Damage is a strong word, though. 3 catches for 14 yards. CJ Uzama also getting 2 catches for 12. Jeremy Ruckert having a catch for 2. And Randall Cobb did not haul in his only target. For the Broncos, Russell Wilson was 20 of 30, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. He also had 7 carries for 49 yards. And watching this game, I was like, Russell Wilson looks terrible out there. But then you look at the stat sheet, and it's not nearly as terrible as he looked on the field. So, he's that, Blake Bortles-ish type player where it looks ugly, just don't watch it. But if you play Russell Wilson week to week, you could absolutely do worse. The Jets have the guy who was his head coach last year on their staff, obviously, with Nathaniel Hackett. So they were going to have Russ's number to an extent. And still, Russ put out a decent fantasy day. You could absolutely do worse than Russell Wilson. He's in that middle tier for sure, but I think he's a little bit ahead of Josh Dobbs and a little bit ahead of Matthew Stafford in that tier. Jaleel McLaughlin, he led the way in rushing. He looked great. 6 carries for 68 yards for him. He's looking like a really good waiver wire pickup. His role should just expand from here. I know Javonte Williams didn't play in this one, but still, McLaughlin looks a lot more explosive than Williams and Perine at this point. So hang on to him. Don't trade him. He is a really solid hold. If he's on your waiver wire, go at him. Russell Wilson, like I said earlier, 7 carries, 49 yards. And Samaje Perine, I think he's a safe drop too. 6 carries for 22 yards for him. But Samaje leading the way in receiving, so maybe he's a sell high. 4 catches, 73 yards, 5 targets. Great stuff there for Samaje. Jerry Jeudy had 6 catches for 50 yards on 7 targets. Adam Trautman getting involved. He has not been involved whatsoever since Greg Dulcich went down. And here he is catching a touchdown. 4 catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown. Don't go adding Adam Trautman, but it's exciting to see. Jaleel McLaughlin, his passing game usage should just rise too because he looks really explosive out there. 3 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown for him. Just a really good day overall. Courtland Sutton, disappointing stuff from him. Just the catch for 13 yards. I think Jerry Jeudy is going to just, it's going to be more like this. And last game we saw it a little bit, but now it just kind of confirms it that Jerry Jeudy is firmly settling in as that wide receiver 1 now that he's done ramping up from his injury. Brandon Johnson just had the 1 catch for 9 yards. So if you have Courtland Sutton, just kind of limit your expectations. I don't think he's a for sure drop yet, but he is trending in that direction. Marvin Mims, he is a drop. 1 catch for 4 yards on 1 target, and Nate Atkins did not haul in his only target.